Welcome to Oasis.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to some Overwatch gaming here at Marshalltown Community College Esports. Excitement, yeah.
Excitement! We got the blue team, but real quick, let us introduce ourselves. I am Brandon Kent.
And I'm Alex Belcher. We're here for some Overwatch. Yes.
Yeah, Oasis.
Oasis. Yeah.
Oasis. It's a pretty map.
Yeah, it's a pretty. So, yeah, like Brandon said earlier, we have the blue team here with us for a Division 3 match. It is. Wait.
That
that's
might be a
spectator.
sub.
Okay, we take
Yeah,
those. We take
yeah,
those.
yeah.
Let's chill. Yeah, so that scared me for a second. Sorry about that, chat.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, we've got blue here in a Division 3 going up against. I don't know.
Maroon.
Yes, Maroon College.
Like Maroon 5. That's how you remembered it.
Because I said Maroon 5. I thought
Yeah. But MCC going to look to roll out on a Sigma pokey kind of.
Yeah, they
comp.
got a hell of a poke comp right here. 2 hit scans on a Kiri. It's a classic. But on the other side here, Maroon is looking for more of a divey type of comp with a Sojourn in their back line. Let's see how these teams roll out.
Yeah, Maroon immediately going over for the high ground on point. Tristan leaps up there, unable to get anyone. The Venture dashes and burrows. And Red Scissors taking down Ducky, taking down Tristan. This first fight looking like a loss for MCC.
Yeah, that Venture and the Doomfist were able to play very aggressive there and pressure out all of MCC's back line. And that's basically a team wipe from them.
Yeah, Red Scissors getting 4 kills in this opening fight.
What a way to start. You do see the Junker Queen swap here. Alrighty.
You also got a Brig swap coming out.
From Akash. Oh, we see both the dive characters flanking right here. Doomfist is kind of stuck out right now. They could look to maybe take him down. Oh, but the Venture's gonna pop her already.
Already, the Venture 1 HP gonna get healed up though, as the rest of MCC gonna fall down. It's only Tristan left, unable to get back into spawn. As AZ, I believe that's how you pronounce it.
Yeah, I think it is AZ with 2 Z's.
Anyways, gets a 3K to clean up that fight.
Very, very proactive ults from Maroon there. The Venture ult was going to be able to, do all the damage it needed to. This Doomfist is once again hiding, and MCC just does not know. They're unaware.
The Venture goes in, gonna burrow, pop out, do a bunch of damage.
Very close quarters fight. They gotta go for this Venture here. They are able to get her, but they're down over supports. They're not gonna be able to push up and on it this engage.
MCC just gonna wait a little bit. Wait for the supports to get back.
While they're waiting, both the dive characters are just zooming back with their movement abilities. Doomfist is engaging.
This ends now.
Watch some Ducky here. Trying to pick off that Kiriko.
Kiri uses Suzu to keep him alive. Both teams trading out picks. Both supports are dead for MCC. It's only the tank and Ducky left, and both DPS gonna go down to Red Scissors yet again. And yeah,
He's doing his best to survive, but yeah, it's just not gonna be enough. That's gonna be round 1 on Oasis in Maroon's favor. Their dive comp was just looking absolutely brutal. Let's see how the MCC can adapt and maybe come back from here.
Ready for battle.
okay. We're gonna get into our second point on, I believe this one's called City Center.
I believe that is true, yep. So, for people who don't know how this control maps work, right, like Oasis, there's 3 points, 3 different maps each. It's a King of the Hill style. The first team to claim this center point to 100 is going to win that map. First, the 2 map wins is going to take the entire round. Now, we do see a good amount of changes here. We do see the Zarya coming out from Wolfgang here. Now, that is a classic character.
MCC gonna have to be careful going over to this left side. Wolfgang gets a pick.
It's a huge pick. Orange is also super low. Gonna get Suzu to stay alive just a little longer.
Lucio half HP, gonna get out, gonna rotate over to point.
Maroon has the point advantage right now. But, like, I think fight-wise, it is in MCC's favor still. Ooh, but Ducky does fall.
The punch from Orange gets Ducky and that's going to be a huge loss for MCC as they don't have the ability to stop that dive anymore.
3 picks from Maroon. Venture on the flank. That's going to be practically another team wipe here. Ducky's got to look to just back out and regroup with the rest of his team.
Yeah.
Yeah. Looking like a really good opening from MCC, but Maroon was able to adapt and make a comeback here.
Yeah, both teams very close on the first ultimate for MCC. That is beat for Maroon. It is Meteor Strike. The Venture gonna go in, pop out, gonna catch Tristan in the corner, unable to finish the kill. The beat gets laid down as Orange goes up in that Meteor Strike. Gonna get Ducky.
Find another kill on Ducky. Red Scissors is very low HP though. If they're able to kind of catch him out, they might be able to secure a kill on this Venture.
Ooh, but Akash gets the Doomfist. Chloe gets the Venture.
Huge picks. They gotta use the speed though. We gotta push ahead. They're still kind of stalling at the point. The Doomfist is gonna look to touch last second, trying to make sure MCC gets 0% this entire run. The Kitsune is popped from Maroon's side. Both Kitsunes are popped.
MCC not playing in the Kitsune, very surprisingly. Both DPS for Maroon are half HP, but that's not going to matter, as Maroon's going to take this fight, I would assume, and reclaim that point.
71% to 16. MCC's got to look for a final comeback here. We do have a few ultimates coming up. And speaking of an ultimate, Red Scissors popping the Metro Yellow. We gotta get 2 huge picks on MCC. That's a massive stagger. I don't think they're gonna be able to really make much ground off of that.
Yeah, this looking like a very possible end to MCC on Oasis. Tristan gets punched at low HP as the Venture goes in. Beat gets laid down for Maroon as Oxytocin gets 2 kills, and that's gonna be for.
That's a team wipe for Maroon.
That's a wrap. Maroon takes map number 1.
Good stuff overall from the Maroon side. Let's. Oh, this is so weird. The googly eyes.
Yeah, but the Sojourn from Maroon getting play of the game. Absolute disgusting shot on Tristan. Another one on Ducky.
That will be round 1. All right. So yep, best of 5, right? Everyone knows it's best of 5.
Best
right?
of 5.
In terms of what is next, I believe it is
Hybrid.
Hybrid, yes. So Maroon will be able to ban the first map. So, for example, they banned Midtown, which understandable. Midtown's not a super great dive map, which seems to be what they're running pretty hard into, right? I mean, we've seen the Doomfist, the Venture, kind of just playing right into MCC's face, and they have the Sojourn and the both supports playing in the back.
Yeah.
But yeah, let's see what MCC is going to pick for their map here.
I believe they would want to look for one that doesn't quite favor that Doomfist Venture combo. Maybe a map that doesn't have as many corners to hide behind.
Oh yeah, that was a lot of their strategy, just kind of playing these hard corners, hard sight lines, and then just poking out right at the perfect moment and just punishing all the squishies, right? The Genji, the Cassidy, whatever it may be. So yeah, I think more of a wide open map would be very beneficial.
Well, you also just have to check those corners.
Yeah, I gotta learn to check those corners.
You don't do that often in Overwatch, so it just gets people by surprise.
I agree. Now it looks like we're going for King's Row, which I do. The dive is not super bad on this map.
But it's certainly not as strong.
It's certainly not as strong, and it is definitely a more of a vertical map, right? So
Yeah.
I think movement characters in general are going to be really strong here, like Venture and Doomfist.
Mm-hmm.
But we'll see what MCC is cooking up. I'm interested to see. They're going to swap out Azzy for red tape there. So now we have red tape and red scissors. You use the red scissors to cut the red tape.
That is true.
Oh yeah, and they're gonna be defending first. Brandon, what's your music taste? I want to hear. Yeah, Red Scissors asking very pertinent question. I want to know. The people want to know.
I like anime openings.
Nice.
Yeah. What's yours? Because you asked mine.
I did ask yours. I am kind of a generic lad. I do like me some pop songs,
Okay.
some wholesome music.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I'm gonna make this conversation as awkward as possible until the game starts, which it is now starting.
Shouts to 102.5. Ken, Colleen, and Kurt, but they killed Kurt. He's gone. Unless they killed Ken, I don't remember. You remember? Who'd they get rid of?
Well, first of all, not killed as in like.
He left the show.
Yeah.
He left the show.
Yeah, left the show. Kill, not the crime kill.
No. Crime kill. Yeah. Metal. Metal is metal, not fire. That's true.
But do you know what you used to forge fire? Not fire, metal.
What do you use to forge metal?
Fire.
There you go.
Therefore, it is fire.
Good save. Good save.
Yeah.
Alrighty, here. Okay, King's Row. Alright, let's talk about Overwatch. I guess we should talk about Overwatch.
Yeah.
So, King's Row hybrid, right? So, you remember that capture point from last round?
It's still here.
It's still here. Gonna be right here in this little spot, this lovely, lovely parkway. Once this capture point is fully claimed by the attacking team, it will turn into a payload that needs to be pushed all along
all
this
the way
line.
to the end.
All the way to the end, which is down this away.
4.
Look at how crazy this map is. The Forge, the Ironclad Forge.
Yep, but let's go back to the first point, right where we currently are.
Once again, those corners are being held by Maroon, and they're looking for a full dive this time. They got red tape on the Genji.
Yeah, Wolfgang going through the slowdown, gets the Lucio, but both DPS from MCC go down. Both supports from Maroon go down.
Ooh, Venture is also low HP. That's actually... Oh, wait a minute. That's actually huge. This has got a lot of really good momentum right now. That's a 4th pick. They're going to look to get the Venture here. And yep, that is a team wide.
Wolfgang getting 4 kills, unless it was 5.
It definitely looked like 4. What a go.
It looked like 4, felt like 5.
The Zach Wolfgang, my glorious king.
Maroon going to go in for a recontest. Ducky sliding out of the way of that slam.
Stuff. The Genji's looking to stall it even longer. Adventure's getting caught out. Butterfly's got to look to escape. Oh, the punch! Gonna take out Juno Salty Dragon. Doom is really low, but
Ducky just not gonna shoot, gonna go down. MCC did get 2 ticks of the point though, so they're gonna have that coming back.
which is not a bad start at all. But a caution might. Nope, not looking to get staggered. He needs the TP to get out right away. Beautiful stuff. Okay. Very strong push for MCC, but a defense.
Ooh, Akash getting a kill on Oxytocin with that headshot from across the map.
That is why.
That is an insane kill from.
Wolfgang getting booped in onto the point, causing the rest of the MCC backline to get shredded by
yeah.
orange and red tape.
Even though MCC got that opening pick on the Kiriko, Wolfgang just leaves the rest of his team, walks up to point, and they all fall down to this tape.
Oh, popping the ultimate right away. Interesting play. Gonna use it to look to survive. The dude
Yeah.
is very low. He's probably gonna use that ult to get out. Yep, playing on the high ground there. So let's go back to some more POV shots. Let's watch some red tape. See these flicks. Oh, we might see a blade
Ooh,
hit.
Orange goes in, gets 2 kills. Kitsune gets popped by Maroon. No other ults are gonna get popped. Also puts for Maroon all low HP on 8. They both go down, but the rest of MCC also goes down.
Akash does get 2 picks though on both supports, so Maroon is down their support lineup. With 2 ults, they might be able to use them to defend as their supports come back fast.
You gotta go fast if you're MCC though. They do have that speed. Kitsune Rush gets popped. Blade gets used by Maroon as well as Adventure. The Genji is low HP in back. It's a nice headshot there from Akash.
MCC getting a few good picks there, but it's not going to be enough. Maroon is going to regroup and use their ultimates fast.
Now MCC has roughly around 40 seconds remaining in this round. Gonna try and get that final tick. This Venture, low HP, picks up the Mega, goes down to Salty Dragon though. Ducky gonna get caught out in the opponent backline.
That Lucio is looking pretty low right now. Looking to punch him out. Not gonna really get much ground off of that. Ducky returns with the Reaper. Oh, but the punch yet again!
Ducky TPing straight onto point. But Orange in the backline getting 3 kills. Wolfgang pops another Marshall. Gonna try to get a kill. He gets 1. Red Scissors gets a kill on Ducky as the beat gets dropped. But that's just gonna be it for the defense round for Maroon.
Yeah, a really strong start for MCC on that offense. Few good picks was able to give them a momentum, but they weren't maintaining any space. And Maroon was able to come back fast.
Yeah, MCC unable to capitalize on really any picks outside of that, like, what, first or second fight?
Like 30 seconds of the game.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's unfortunate to see. But now the sides have swapped. We're going to see MCC on the defense while Maroon's going to play on the offense. I'm not really expecting any changes from Maroon here. Mainly because, you know, this Doom Venture has been incredibly dominant so far. So I'm more or less expecting the same stuff. Yeah. We do see Mr. Big Horse herself, Orisa, is out here. What is that skin? Oh, is that from the? That looks like it's from the battle pass.
Think of it as
It does.
fuel
Does look
with
like from
the
the battle
flames of your vengeance.
But nevertheless, MCC coming out on a Orisa-based comp. You see Maroon sticking to this bread and butter of the Doomfist Venture.
Yeah, I mean it's just been incredibly dominant, so I'm really just not surprised. Let's see how this Orisa fares against the Doom comp. Playing immediately aggressive, kind of getting caught out. Wolfgang's already at below half HP.
Gonna have to use all those abilities just to stay alive. Orange goes in, but he's able to get out with a well-timed Suzu. Gets spared out of the punch. He's 1 HP and he does go down, but not before Red Scissor picks up a kill. Salty Dragon taking down Red Scissors though.
That's pretty decent.
Maroon for right now down those 2 big threats, but gonna be back from spawn real soon.
They're already back, actually.
Yeah.
Oxytox is gonna get a pick on Akash. And Ducky falls shortly after.
Nope.
Ducky's taking major damage.
Yeah, Akash getting a kill on red tape, not gonna be enough though, as it looks like Maroon is gonna take game number 2, barring a last second comeback, but that is unable to happen.
Yep, and that is King's Row in Maroon's favor.
Play of the game.
Orange getting play of the game. See what he did here. just goes into the back line, gets one with a kill, gets another with a melee, gonna get butt for life with a left click, and that is the play of the game.
That is the play of the game.
We will now be going to Escort.
Yep, Escort. Once again, Maroon is going to be looking for a ban here. No ban has been decided yet, but we will be right back for when this next round starts. So you see you guys there in a minute.
Now arriving at the Shambhali Monastery, initiating match.
Alright, chat. We are back again with MCC versus Maroon College here on the lovely, lovely Shambhali Monastery. Manifest.
Manifest Destiny.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, Shambhali Monastery. Very pretty map. Look at all the moon. The moon!
Dude, that's where Horizon Lunar Colony is.
True, that's probably why it's lit up.
That's like Winston.
Winston reporting. Yeah, once again, we've got the legendary escort map, the infamous game mode in this game. You know, remember that payload from Hybrid? Well, now...
Yeah, that payload from Hybrid that we didn't see.
True! But we don't have to talk about that. The payload once again returns, but this time it is just the payload, no capture point. We're just gonna try and get it to all the way to the end of the map I was just at.
Yeah, the end of the map surrounded by like 4 Zenyatta statues.
Shouts to Zenyatta. What a guy.
Dude, he's so cool.
He is so cool. Anyways, we do see some interesting switches here. We have Bot for Life on the tank this time. Looking for more Brawl-esque engage here, but the Bastion is going to do some brutal work already at the start. Yeah.
Yeah, here we go down for MCC. Probably another 2 go down, and that's going to be a clean fight win for Maroon.
Yeah. The Rhine comp here is definitely an interesting switch, but they were kind of ready for it to, you know... I guess they were just prepared because we got the Reaper swap, we have the Bastion swap, both very good characters into Reinhardt. Looking for another left side push here. Lucky is playing a bit too far up to look to rotate back onto the cart. Bot for Life is getting a pick on the Bastion. There's going to be some good stuff. The charge punch is going to hurt a lot. He's already at 1 HP.
Yeah, just this Doomfist doing a lot of work for Maroon, but going to go down as Bot for Life goes for a pin at the same time as the punch.
The clank is going to cost Orange his life there.
Yeah, Oxytocin going to get staggered out by Wolfgang.
Really good stagger, yeah. Oh, he's spinning it.
He's spinning the hammer.
Oh, it's also the mythic spin. Or Odinson.
Shout out Norse mythology.
I love me some Norse mythology.
I love me Vikings.
Alright, let's follow over to Wolfgang, who is running the Tomor Shigaraki Reaper. We're gonna take that high ground right off the bat. Gonna get slept onto the ground, and he's just about to get exploded.
Ooh,
but he does manage to survive.
It's to fade out as Kitsune gets put down. The Death Blossom coming out within this Kitsune. Gonna get struck down by the Meteor Strike. Orange missing the punch. Haven't seen that much today. The Shatter gets laid down, but the Nano save Orange's life. And that's gonna be it. Hopefully Ducky does not get staggered, but a little cheeky teabag from Orange.
No, he was getting his perk.
Oh yeah.
Because I forgot perks were in this game. We haven't really talked about perks that much.
Anyways,
I can't even look at perks, so I mean, it's just a point.
MCC just giving Orange these free powered up punches.
Yeah, not the smartest play, I gotta say.
Ducky going out on the flank.
Trying to take care of that Kiriko.
Pops a high noon, goes down though, as he was in the middle of the wide open. And Maroon gonna clean up the rest of this team fight. Wolfgang just gonna back up and nod. Staggered.
Smart decision here. Gonna look to regroup with the rest of the team. No ultimates on Duck. It's looking pretty rough for MCC here.
Maroon gonna have that Death Blossom.
Death Blossom rally coming up on another Bastional too. Like, numbers are not looking in the team's blue's favor right now. We just need a few good engages here. Wolfgang's gonna go for the flank Reaper.
Gonna force the fade out as he goes in Death Blossom, doesn't get anyone with it.
But it does do a lot of damage to the support backline. Oh, and the stun out of the TP! That's a brutal stun.
Red Scissors getting a kill, getting 2 kills with 1 nade. Talk about killing 2 birds, 1 stone. And Maroon gonna hold MCC to the end of the first point.
0-0.
Yeah, it was looking. It is, you know, a decent push.
Initiate
You know, it was about to the end of round 1,
Mhm.
right? Yeah, actually, the payload is still right here, so that's actually a perfect indicator. This should be like
Well,
a little,
no, it was more near the
oh, like right
end.
here-ish. Yeah.
Yeah.
They were right there too. That's really does suck. But yeah, now we're gonna switch sides here. MCC is gonna be on the defense with Maroon on the offense.
ready for
Looking
battle.
for a similar comp here. Gonna run the Bastion yet again. Or we're gonna run the Bastion for the first time. Apologies.
Yeah, running the cast again, but this time Wolfgang.
Yep, Wolfgang Zach is gonna be running the cast instead of Martin Ducky. But we do see this little stinker of a character. Hold up, I gotta zoom in on Symmetra. Oh, they do have the cool skin though, the Robo skin. I do like this.
The Robo skin with the googly eyes from April Fools.
Shouts to Happy April Fools, guys. Even though it's April 2nd, ignore that.
It's April Fool's Day.
Dude,
5, 4,
Aprilception,
2,
Foolception.
1.
Foolception.
Attackers incoming.
All right, let's see how the Sim TP is going to. Let's see how they engage. Are they gonna TP from right side, or are they gonna TP from this left? No, yeah, they're looking kind of just playing on the cart.
Not
to engage here.
Yeah, not really
Look
pushing
at
out.
TP right about now.
No, they're gonna wait and let MCC come to them, because eventually they will have to go stop that card. As I say that, Wolfgang goes in. Huge nade from Salty Dragon though. Wolfgang behind the Bastion. Red Scissors unknowing. Full supports on Wolfgang now. And MCC not in the position you really want to be in here.
Actually,
Just-
it does take a good headshot. Oh yeah, Akasha's doing his best here, but it's just not enough, unfortunately.
Goes down to the nade from Oxytocin. Wolfgang still in this backline. MCC gonna have to look to recontest. Buff Alive gets knocked back a bit, but doesn't stop him from hopping on the card. Gonna be on low HP. The shield goes down. Maroon getting 4 kills, wrapping up the map, wrapping up the series with a 3-0
Wait,
sweep.
it's the Reinhardt thing.
Yeah,
I forgot about that.
GG's for honor.
For honor! Exclamation point, exclamation point, exclamation point. Yeah, a dominant showing from Maroon here. We see that they're not as one trick as we initially thought, right? We not just the Doomfist, we also have the Reinhardt TP strats, you know. We got the Bastion.
The Reinhardt TP strats that we didn't see a TP.
No, they didn't even TP once, which is funny.
But that is going to do it for us here tonight, folks. MCC losing 3-0.
To Maroon College. Thank you all so much for coming out. Sorry it was kind of a later stream.
Yeah, but
We had
but-
and Blue had a bye first round, so you know we had to do another one.
yeah. But join us here tomorrow for Valorant.
Valorant. I love Valorant. But yeah, thank you all so much for watching. We will see you guys later. Bye chat. Bye chat. Bye chat.
Bye.